Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Breaklight Productions. My name is Curtis Lambert and today we're reacting to another video from the VIAGRA Boys. This one is called Sports and this comes recommended to me by one of my awesome subscribers. So let's jump on into it. Ooh, funky. Loving the colors so far. Nice slow-mo there. Ooh, subtle zoom in. This is so weird already. I'm like, what's he gonna do?
Baseball.
Oh shit. It got him. Was that on purpose or? I mean, it must have been, but he was slightly smiling there. It feels like it wasn't planned. This is fascinating. Is he just going to be like performing while they play a whole tennis game around it? Nice little high angle there. Nice, loving the lack of symmetry in his like where he's performing, but everything else is pretty symmetrical.
Naked girls, naked boys do the dance.
What the fuck?
Smoking dope, short shorts, cigarette.
Oh, ESPN shout out there. I'm seeing a lot of road dead cats there. This is so bizarre. They've definitely got a vibe of just like reality. Like the last one being that dog competition or whatever it was. Like, it's so weird. Nice zoom out. It's just loving the freehand of these shots. Oh, it got him again. Oh, the drummer's in it now. Oh, it hit the drum kit. So that's not green screen, he's there. Nice dolly left to right here. Nice cut. This, I don't know how these tennis players are holding it together. I would just be constantly laughing. So funny. I feel like he's gonna get hit again any second. That ball's coming real close. Oh. Oh my god. That's incredible. Another great little left to right dolly here. Clean. Nice. That's, oh my god. What a, oh man. This group, like, what a wacky music video. Like, I love it. Like, the last one being at, like, this dog competition. And now this one where it's basically like, hey, what if we just, for this song called Sports, what if we just had, like, two people play a tennis game around the vocalist's, you know, performing the song, and then eventually the drummer as well. What a just clever idea, and it kept me hooked for the entire 4 minutes. Like, I didn't feel like it really dragged at any point. Loving the pastel colors of this place. Like, I don't know if this is how this building is, or if they like repainted it or something, but it's really cool colors. Like this sort of darker beige mixed with a sort of teal field, and then you've got the white as well, which is then incorporated in the towels, what the players are wearing. But also you'll notice like the actual umpire himself is wearing pretty much the same shades of white and this sort of beige color in his attire. Yeah, super cool, because what it does is, like, I've got a sort of far away high angle here where I am, well, what I'm looking at right now, and because you've got this man in black trackies, black pitch black sunglasses, and black shoes, he's immediately like what draws your eye. No matter what angle you're looking at, everything else being these nice, you know, beige pastel colors, that harsh black of the sunglasses and pants immediately draws your eyes. So that's a really like sort of the two thens, well, three thens, if you will, of controlling what your audience is looking at is color, lighting, and blocking. So if you want, let's say you've got stuff in the background, let's say you've got an extra standing in the background, but you don't want the audience to look at them in this particular shot. You want people to be focused on the vocalist in the foreground and only on that. Have the extra wear the same color clothing as the environment, and have your vocalist in a completely different color. That's using color to draw attention. Then you've got lighting. Have let's say a nice top light on your vocalist, and just sort of the edge of it hitting the extra. Everyone will be looking at where that top light is. It's on the vocalist. That's where my eyes are driven towards. Or use blocking. If, you know, have your vocalist moving and performing, have the extra standing still. Those are ways you can draw your audience's attention to exactly where you want them to look. And mastering those three things will give you complete control over your audience's attention. So for example, let's say you had the performer performing, but then you want them to notice that extra and switch gaze to him or her. Using color, have them, actually I'll start with lighting. Have them step into that top light. You know, suddenly New Then is in the light, boom, our eyes go over there. Color, have, you know, it's relatively, they're relatively blended in, but then really draw attention, you know, again, through blocking, which we'll get to. Have them maybe like they wave their hair, or they take their hat off and they've got striking black hair that like stands out from the pastel colors. Boom, you've just drawn attention through color. You can also have movement. If your artist, even if they're in the foreground, stands still and, you know, stops moving around and drawing attention, if they just stand still and then the extra starts dancing, eyes are going to go to that extra. Super simple, and the color of this does it perfectly. Every single shot, I'm immediately looking at him and then at the tennis players, because it's color and then it's movement, you know. Awesome stuff. Lighting in this, very simple. This was just clearly a case of light the room, make it overall look nice, and so long as it's like evenly lit, we could see that there's some windows in like background reflections and stuff, so it could just be daylight. I would say it's daylight and top lights as well, because it is, you could sort of see there's a top light coming down on the tennis players and that. So I think it's a bit of both worlds, but it creates this perfectly balanced scene that you can then freely shoot around as well, which is always a benefit. Camera movements, I love that we've got some depending on parts in the song, we've got some nice calm like pans and some really lovely dollies left to right, but we've also got some franticness. We've also got some handheld like shaky cam moments that just add to the like chaotic moments of the song. Those bits where he genuinely, like, there's two moments that I saw where he got hit in the head by the ball. I love that. I think one was definitely set up, but like with him just performing around them, like I wouldn't be surprised if he did genuinely get hit at least once. And it just adds these like perfect comedic little moments that add to the overall absurdity of the song and of the performance. I don't know, I felt like the interview moment where he was like had all these microphones around him, I felt like that was unnecessary, because that's sort of, it was just one shot and done. They didn't really do anything with it. Obviously maybe they did, and it just didn't make the final cut or whatever, which, hey, that happens. But yeah, I just think honestly in like hindsight they could have just kept it in this court the whole time. The zoom ins and zoom outs of him on that umpire chair, super smooth, super clean, and I believe that's in camera, which is always awesome. I always love that. Yeah, shooting some stuff on probably like a 50, I would say, for some of the shaky cam stuff. But then we've also got some, he just got hit in the head. That was definitely an accident. Like, not, like, I'm sure the guy was aiming for his head then, but I you know, anything can sort of happen. So yeah, like that was so good. But yeah, it's just some of these are really telephoto, like quite, you know, blurry, but then there's some wider ones as well, and they've definitely got a zoom lens, because there's some moments where it is like in shot changing from like, you know, close up to a mid and then punching back in and all of that, and you can tell that's sort of in camera. There's also a possibility that they shot this on like a camcorder, where it's more of an inbuilt sort of zoom system. So rather than like having a separate lens that you're like, you know, let's say at a 18 to 35 millimeter, you can get, you know, camcorders have like zooms built into them that sort of give you that more control over zooms, and that if you don't mind a bit of compression, which this has like fuck all compression in it. Yeah, like it looks gorgeous, but then again, it's all balanced in lighting. There's no real shadows or like dark areas to really like show like, oh, actually there's all this noise because we were using like a you know, dodgy camcorder or something. Like, it looks clean, so fuck it, you know. I wouldn't be surprised. And I should say, like, you can get really good like camcorder style cameras that do deliver 4K footage in really nice detail. They're just something I've never particularly like invested in. But you know, a lot of documentary makers, news, like a lot of news outlets still use them. A lot of sports as well. Yeah, so they really don't look that bad. They're just not really gonna get the like the nice little detail. Like, for example, if you wanted like a super duper spherical fucking anamorphic music video, you probably couldn't do that on a camcorder. Like, you'll notice that there's no real like flares or even like that much glare. In all honesty, there's a tiny bit, but you know, there's no like, ooh, wow, look at that little rainbow, you know, there's none of that. But yeah, all in all, I think that's pretty much everything. This was a super simple music video, but really cool, really unique, and like, I just love the absurdity of Viagra Boys' music videos. It's giving me real, yeah, Beastie Boys, bit of OK Go vibes, like. And when I say that, I don't mean in terms of music, I mean in terms of just like creating music videos that are just unique and like, and rather than tell a story, just really jump into a world and explore, or an idea and explore it to its full potential. And yeah, just brilliant. So yeah, if there's any other Viagra Boys music videos you want me to react to, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.